Ahead, we head off to the starting zone, green flag in hand, and now Boucher with the responsibility to get this race started cleanly. He punches the throttle. It's a long run to turn one as well. Instantly, Justin Rem jukes to the right-hand side, tries to get alongside of Trepigny in the run into the opening corner. Watch for Leger to cover off the move from Goebel as well. In through the opening corner, single file for the top 4 or 5. Goebel got a big slide as well as Logan Patcher, who somehow holds on as 3 wide down into turn 3.
Yeah, Patch is going to
because Vincent Trepigny back up to the second spot, does trouble through the hurry downs.
Oh, there's that crash we were talking about. Enormous crash. There's obviously the likes of Conor Bell there off on the right-hand side, dropping back Giovanni Romano as well. The one just coming through the foreground, that purple machine.
It's a big look to the inside. I think that's
silly.
Arthur Chan that runs into Thomas Lavoie.
Yeah, it's a bit silly. The thing was there is it was a half commitment on that look. Again, if you're going to send it down there, send it hard.
And then, well, do we really even need words for this?
Rem just spun. Did Rem hit? I want to say from up top, from a little bit further back. I wonder if he made contact with the back of Vincent Trepigny.
Big send from the Mark Motors Porsche. Conor Bell gets it stopped as well.
And there's a retirement from Kondacchioglu.
Oh no! That's a big one! And it's going to get worse. Patrick Mason, Arthur Chan and Conor Bell. 3 Porsche Caymans written off in a moment. On the left.
Just crowding them out.
There's a bit of air between them. And I think potentially Patrick Mason gets away with that without too much lasting damage. All it will take is some misfortune at the end of the season for some of those drivers further back to start to close up. And so, you know, there's 3-car gaggle for 8th. The drivers fighting for 13th position behind them as well. There's still plenty to fight for in these closing stages. To keep in mind, we'll also, of course, just keep an eye on the battle side-by-side for 3rd position, because out of the opening corner, Goebel went defensive, but in the fight for the lead, what does Trepigny do on the run down to turn number 5?
Enzo Johansson, those going for it in the bottom right, and he is going to take over 3rd position, move his way onto the podium, take an opportunity into the final corner. Just a bit of a filling of the mirrors, trying to force a mistake as Genest makes his way up into, well, never mind, Curtis Fung's still in 8th.
Bit of a chop and change down in towards Canada corner, but in the drag race to the line, don't think it's going to be enough. A pump of the fist, and it's another victory on the board. This time, Charles-Etienne Boucher was pushed, but he comes out on top by the narrowest of margins over Vincent Trepigny at America's National Park of Speed. And also, I can tell you, only 1 retiree, so let's look at those results. A quarter of a second between the Porsche Lausanne and the Porsche Centre North Toronto entries, but Boucher on top, Trepigny second, and valuable points just continuing to be racked up. Enzo Johansson third in front of Brody Goebel for that final step on the podium, and then Christian Muniz rounds out your top 5. Mobin Khan 6th, just beats out Logan Patcher in the 2 very similarly liveried cars. Curtis Fung, Arnaud Genet, and then Romain Faux, the rest of your top 10. I believe confirmation has officially come on through that Curtis Fung, the Lego Play Well Award winner, here today. We're at least going different, so one of us will be right, one of us is wrong. Pace car off and away, and drivers up the hill and towards the starting zone. 40 minutes onto the clock, and Antoine Lacharite, defending champion, has got the contenders stacked up behind him. Green flag in the air at America's National Park of Speed, and instantly Andrew Caron is going to be challenged by Gagnon Renault on the run down to turn number 1. Big juke from behind as Alex Ellis chops off the nose of Jonathan Houlet, but as they fight side by side outside of the top 5, there's already a spin behind. That's Dylan Cole into the kitty litter, onto the brakes, into turn number 3.
Yeah, I think there must have been contact to see someone backwards that early. There's a spin there in the middle as well. Oh my goodness. Was anyone else collected in that? I don't necessarily believe so. It was Houlet that was round after that excellent qualifying. Wow.
And so 2 incidents in space of effectively 2 corners. Now down onto the brakes in turn 5. Are we going to be single file? Couple of drivers looking half defensive. That was Josh Manalo covering off Alex Bergeron. Deep on the brakes for a couple of drivers, and it means side by side as underneath of turn 6 they will rise. And who's going to be brave? Start. I mean, Hoverson was up front. What happens to Dylan Cole though in that blue and yellow machine on the outside of the shot?
Yeah, just a bit of contact. It was a light touch there. There was nothing major.
And then it was Jonathan Houlet that had the trouble down into turn 2.
Yeah, it's Blake Townend straight in the back. You can see all that damage right on the rear bumper there for Houlet. Just a misjudgment there from Townend, who will ride on board with all this. Wasn't going anywhere near the apex. Ooh. Oh.
Oh. It's Christian Cook on the inside, all right?
Yeah, no. That's not...
Two for the price of one
two.
there. It's by saying you've got to use the right ones so that you can see that. As the commentators also now have to pick apart two cars fighting side by side. Blake Townend alongside Nathan Bartley.
Yeah, but I got it before you did.
Facts. Into turn one. Ooh, who's going to be brave on the inside? Josh Manalo says, I'm going to slide on through.
Whoa.
And where did Romagnolo come from? Swap back,
Where
though,
did he
from Bergeron. He gets the position back to Nate. Picking up.
A lot of instant points. Yes, indeed. Oh, whoa, going out wide. And there's a switch for the race lead. Andrew Caron going way too deep on the brakes. And Antoine Lacharite comes straight through. I've got no doubt.
It's a race that's been building, isn't it? There goes Bergeron, by the way, down the inside of Romagnolo in towards turn 5. Now they leave each other just enough room. Romagnolo's got to almost go into the grass with his right side tires. Racing surface through turn 2, wheel to wheel. The outside line gives you a better exit, but it doesn't matter. Gagnon Renault lights up the rear tires and goes around.
Defensive line.
Two of Canada's finest ready to go wheel to wheel, and indeed Lacharite, defending champ, forces Caron the long way around. Caron trying to make it 3 wins on the bounce. He doesn't break as deep as I think you would think if he was going the long way. He doesn't switch it back either. He's building, he's setting up. He'll have that final lap still left in his back pocket. So this, one more trip around Road America, and here goes the battle for the lead in the Porsche Esports Carrera Cup Canada. Caron onto the brakes, a little bit braver this time by. He stays nose to nose on the run into the corner. Has to cut back underneath though. Doesn't get the chance to try and really commit the long way around. He'll give it a good go though. We've seen this work once before, but Caron's not going to get as good a run. It's going to be to turn 5 where his nose gets chopped off.
Turn is Andrew Caron going to at least fill the mirrors. There is the mirrors being filled. No move being done. Lacharite's got this.
What a race it has been. We knew Road America would deliver something, but maybe one that influences how the season moves forward from this. It won't be the streak continuing. Instead, it's the defending champ on top once more, winning in round 3 of the Porsche Esports Carrera Cup Canada. Grab a look at the provisionals because it is only about a 10.5 between the Porsche Lozon and the Porsche Center Reef Sud car. Porsche Lozon to the top of the Constructors' Championship, and Antoine Lacharite top of the results here. Andrew Caron still grabs a second place finish, so you can't be too frustrated, at least provisionally. And then Gregory Hoverson, Alex Ellis, and Josh Manalo make up the rest of the top 5. Hoverson doing his best to stymie the impact of the penalty he incurred in qualifying. Bergeron then down in 6th, Panicha 7th in front of Gagnon Renault, whose one small mistake drops him from the podium contention to 8th, Romagnolo and Bartley. The rest of your top 10